Welcome to the Fishing Tackle channel, and today I'll discuss my upgrade to my little Revo, Abu Garcia Revo Inshore Baitcast reel. Before I get into it, just wanted to kind of give you some background as to why I got into bait casting. Reel for saltwater fishing, right? This has historically been for what is it, bass fishing, or maybe shore fishing, just casting out some of the bass, paddle tail, or usually soft baits or hard baits for sea bass or bass on top water and things like that. But I use bait cast mainly for deep sea fishing now, as in charter boats, but mainly party head boats where you fish with 20, 40, and 30, 40 other people in a big boat that will take you out 2 to 3 hours fishing. And how do I get into it? Well, like anybody else, I was a little bit intimidated by baitcast or conventional reel in the beginning, just because I was afraid of bird's nests and things like that. So spinning reel, like anybody else, like you guys, if you guys are beginning fishermen, spinning reel, you probably were got a pen, battle 2 or 3 or whatnot, or Okuma spinning reel, things like that, right? Shimano or Daiwa at the higher end spinning reel, because it's harder, easier to do, to use basically, and you don't have to ever worry about bird's nest. But I got into baitcast because I started fishing in Korea, where they're definitely more precise about fishing and very technical, as in when you get on a boat, like a head boat, party boat, or even charter in Korea, the captain and the mates are very strict about what you use, as in if they see you using mono as your main line, they're gonna take it away from you. As in, not let you fish, but they'll be very nice and considerate, and will take that from you and offer you a nice bait cast. So unlike, unfortunately, in the stateside, the ones you borrow are not the greatest quality. But in Korea, they were pretty good quality. It wasn't the best, but definitely a better quality. And they'll give you a braid tied with fluorocarbon, using swivel or directly FG knot or Alberto knot or whatnot. So that's how I got into it. They told me, hey, next time you come, don't bring your spinning reel, bring a bait cast. And then they told me specifically, don't use heavy. So I've learned in the stateside, I've overcompensated pretty much, in the stateside, using, like anybody else, you fished with, people buy 30, 40 pound braids or mono, right? And they told me use anywhere between 15 and 20 pound max. So you're not gonna catch anything over 20 pound unless you go big yellowtail or tuna fishing. And even if you do, you don't want to use that heavy of a line, especially on a head boat. I guess on your kayak or charter boat, you don't have to worry too much about people fishing next to you and tangling with everyone, so it's fine. But this thicker the braid or mono the line, it's gonna carry in the water. Deeper it is, what it means is it's gonna float, or it has a memory for non-braid, even fluorocarbon, I think, especially mono. It's gonna have a heavier the line. It's gonna have a memory, and what it does is it's gonna be a resistant. It's gonna resist the water a lot more, and it's gonna carry. That means you're gonna, even if you have your weight all the way down, most likely you're gonna have this line fluttering all over the place, and it's gonna tangle with all the other people you're fishing with, and all kinds of lines, and ruin it for everybody. but braid usually it slides thin when you're below 20 pound, like 15 pounds or even 10 pounds. I've seen people fish in the stateside that know how to fish. People that know how to fish will catch, it'll take them an hour or 30 minutes, but they'll catch giant fish that goes over 20 pounds with these like 10, 15-pound line because they have patience and they know how to use the drag and their rod, things like that. So anyways, yeah, that's how I got into bait casting. And getting back to this inshore fishing, let me see, I bought this. You could check out my channel, my other video about purchasing this, but I got this from Amazon warehouse. So this is considered used due to some blemish. I don't know what blemish. I checked it out. Maybe it was broken. The drag was broken and they had to refurbish it. Maybe it's de-scratch. I don't know, but to me, I had no issue buying it. Only issue, I guess, I would say was this little paddle handle that came with it. So I would for me, paddle handle's fine. I think for inshore fishing or pure, I guess bass fishing, freshwater fishing. But this being what the range of 250 to 300, you would expect them putting a better handle than these paddle handle. You could probably, I think Cast King, Piscifun have better paddle handle, personally, I think, in my opinion, than this. And it's, you see the range. The main reason for me, the problem with this is when I fish off of Delaware or Maryland off coast in Atlantic Ocean. So if it's something like talk fishing where you don't get too much action throughout the day on a 10-hour fishing, that's fine. But when you're, even for talk fishing, if you have a lot of action, especially sea bass fishing where you're constantly, like porgies or bluefish, you're constantly having a bite. I mean, if you haven't fished in Delaware deep sea fishing, you got to check it out, because you drop, you're going to catch a fish, as in something's going to bite. It's so active that the captain will tell you to reel it up about 5-6 times, because there's so many fish on the bottom. They want you to catch big fish that's more up off the floor, basically. So you get to keep like 15 fish. So I'm catching like 30-40 fish. At some point this get very tiring when you're doing this. If you're jigging, you get tired of it. So this Gomexus handle that I bought for $50 was well worth the investment to replace this. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Such a difference with basically the bearing as well. And then you no longer use the little screw and everything. This is a one piece that you use, basically. It's like an Allen wrench that they give you, and it's easy. This is all you need. You put it on and you tighten it with this, and that's it. And voila, look at this bearing, extra bearing that they included. And you could remove this and replace it with other handles too. But these are nice handles. If you could tell, you put it with your nail. It's this soft foam thing. This is a hard Eva stuff. And it's a great upgrade. It was a $50 upgrade, but I upgraded it because this is $250, at least $250 to $300 reel that you buy. But like I said, on Amazon warehouse, I bought this for about $120. So in total, with this $50, about $170 is what I've invested to upgrade. It was definitely worth it. It gives you a lot more power if you have kids, or if you're fishing with your girlfriend or your wife. This is not going to do it. They're going to struggle reeling a fish in. But with this handle, yeah, for you it's going to be easy reeling. And then for anyone that has wrist or shoulder issue, much easier. And also, when you're jigging, if you're a jigging fisherman, it's great. It's the great rhythm that you could get. And how do you compare? How does it compare? Check out my other video about this specifically. But this is another reel I bought, Revo Ike. And look at this handle. Bass sea fishing. I mean, not sea fishing, but bass fishing. The difference in handle. Definitely an upgrade. This is not bad, but this is another $250, $300 reel that I bought for a cheaper price. But this handle, I mean, they got to do a better job with the bigger handle. Another inshore reel that I bought for a pretty good, decent price. Okay. How much did I buy this for? I think I bought it for $140 on an Amazon warehouse, and not a blemish. Again, this must have been a return reel or refurbished. Who cares, right? If somebody touched it and I've used it, and there's no problem. This one I bought at a sale, like a Black Friday. I think this goes for like 160, but I bought it for about 110 a while back. But again, look at the comparison. So this $50 upgrade, I think, is really worth the price. If this one I won't upgrade, I'm considering upgrading with Gomexus with the white one. But for now, this I like this. I'm gonna check it out. Use this for now. But $50, it's definitely worth it. Upgrade. This reel just became one of my favorite reel for saltwater fishing, and I'll be fishing this on next weekend when I go out fishing for some sea bass, and hopefully some flounders. Thanks for watching this video, and check out my other videos and make sure to subscribe. Thanks.